Hi guys, welcome to A Cumbrian Lad Outdoors and welcome to today's video. Today's my second camp of 2024 and we're back out in the tent. However, we are not in the Lake District, we're down in the Peak District. And we're going to take a walk up to and wild camp Alport Castles, the UK's biggest landslide. We are parked just near what I believe to be Lady Bower Reservoir. If that's not the case, I'll pop the correct name up on the screen. You can see the body of water down there. And we are just walking through a woodland where you can actually see they're just on with doing some maintenance work. And I'm not alone. We've got Adam in the Wild, Geordie Bear, Cozzy Bear and Brandon Bear. So there's 5 of us, and like I say, we're going to take the just over 3-mile walk up to Alport Castles, a place that Adam's been before but I haven't. And I am once again very much looking forward to getting out in the tent. I've got 3 new items with me. The replacement heated gilet. Following last week where it didn't work, I've ordered a new one. Absolutely brilliant bit of kit. Tried it out at work. Absolute godsend in cold weather. And as we're going somewhere that Adam knows the route to, I'm trying out my new smartwatch, which is the Garmin Fenix 7 Pro Solar, which should come in handy up in the Lake District. So far the watch has taken a little bit of figuring out, but I've got planning courses down to a T, so this is my first effort at actually using it for proper navigation. And should it go Pete Tong, like I say, Adam knows the route. And also, should it rain, I've got myself a new waterproof jacket, the Rab Zanskar Gore-Tex jacket. So that now officially makes me a Rab. Right, I've been too busy yakking and I'm lagging behind the lads just a little bit. So camera's going down and I want to play some catch up. Right, I've caught lads up and we've just come out of the woods. Just come through that gate there, and as you can see, we're just starting to get some views of the mountains in the distance and of the valley. It's actually quite a nice day and we're heading that way. Despite the sun being out, it's only about 4 Celsius, but because I've not been out in such a long time, I am sweating quite heavily, so I need to get myself back in shape. Been working all that overtime and Christmas, I've put a bit of weight back on, so that needs to come off because I have another multi-day hike planned this year. We're well on the way now, not quite halfway, but making good time. The old Garmin's keeping us on the straight and narrow, although it is taking a little bit of getting used to. Which, like I say, is the reason why, for the first time I'm using it, we're going somewhere where someone knows the route. And you can see already the views are opening up very well indeed. There's the boys just ahead. Oh, that wind's picked up as well, which is nice. It is actually cooling me down very nicely. And it's very boggy underfoot too. Oh dear me. 2 miles in, 1 to go, and it's clouded over a wee bit. We've got a bit of rolling mist come in, and it's the breeze has dropped and it's cooled down a bit. That's the direction we're heading, just following this path, and you can see what I mean about the mist just starting to roll in a wee bit, although behind us the sky's still relatively clear. And I think I'm starting with a blister. I've used these Mammut boots for 17 years and I've never had a blister in them yet, but I can definitely feel a hot spot. Doesn't feel terribly bad just yet, but it's definitely a good hot spot, that's for sure. I'm hoping before too much longer we'll start to get our first view of Allport Castles. I'm thinking this here is our first glimpse of Allport Castles. You can see very clearly where it's separated from the top over there and slid down. And I know Adam's really looking forward to getting his drone out. He says the drone footage of this place is going to be epic. We're right at the very start and at the very edge of the landslide now. You can see a group of walkers there just walking back the path that we've taken to get here. and the dark clouds are rolling in now, big time. But yeah, you can see the very edge of the landslide there. You can see the gulf between it and its starting point just a bit further on. I believe we're going to be going round to the top edge just over there. I was actually mistaken, we're not heading up the top, we're actually heading down into the landslide and we're going to camp in among it. You can see the top edge there, the path meanders down, you can see a big rock formation in the middle there, so we're wandering down into the landslide, eh? And I must admit now I'm starting to descend into it. It's a pretty cool place. I can imagine it being quite eerie if the mist comes in, but pretty cool nevertheless. And here we are, right smack bang in the middle of the UK's biggest landslide, Alport Castles. And let me tell you, that wind's picked up a little bit and it is cold. It will not be long before that tent's going up, let me tell you that. But yeah, look at this. Eerily beautiful with the mist, and a lovely little farmhouse down in that valley as well. Beautiful location, absolutely stunning. Well worth the drive down, that's for sure. 3 hours, almost 3 hours it took us. Oh. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to getting the tent up and getting that heated geely on, because now I'm not doing that much walking. I have cooled down and I think I've got blisters on both heels. Like I say, I've been using them boots for 17 years, never had one blister. Never mind, never mind. And you know it's cold. You know it's cold when Adamant Wild gets tit for tat on.
Whoop! Yes, I. Happy New Year, Mr. Beer Clockers. How the devil are you? Hope you're well. Thanks for having. Thanks for coming.
Oh, mate, a pleasure. As always, thanks for having me down. It's cool, isn't it?
It's freezing, mate.
Freezing, yeah.
The wind though.
Yeah, as soon as we walked over the top there, that wind chill definitely kicked in. Other than that, it wasn't too bad, but yeah, definitely time to get tents up for sure.
And it's time for another year of camping.
Because
it makes sense. And we're the best wild campers.
Best wild campers in the world.
In the world, mate.
Right, I'll get tent fired up and I'll bring you back shortly. We've had a wee wander, and up on that top over there, the wind is really picking up now and it's quite savage. So we've wandered a bit further over, and we found a little hilly area between the main ridge and the landslide itself. Still obviously on the landslide, but where we're completely out the wind. So you can see the ridge we walked along there and we walked down. The rest of the lads are pitching up there, but you can see we've only dropped down a matter of 2 or 3 metres. So there's a couple of us, we're just going to pitch down here. Relatively flat and out the wind, so absolutely perfect. So I'm going to get tent fired up, get all my gear set up, and then I'm going to enjoy my first tent camp of 2024. Right, we are all set up. Like I said before, we've got 3 of the lads up there. Myself and Brandon Bear are down here. I'm in the Northern Light 2. You guys know the setup in there. Seated Summit, if you like, XT Extreme, and my Leviathan. It has cooled down. Tactical Duck is just having a little siesta. If you know, you know. Got my jet boil and the usual suspects in here. For tea tonight, we're on Expedition Foods beef and potato hot pot. I've got some bits out of my 24-hour military ration pack, so I've got instant porridge for morning. Where are we at? Got a hot chocolate which I'm going to mix in with the instant porridge. Chocolate marble cake. I've got some nuts and some cola bottles. A couple of bottles of Coke. My chair's just sat there. Myself and Adam have got the drones with us, but with this wind I don't think we're going to get a chance to set them up, unfortunately. And Brandon is in the Nordisk Telemark 1 person. I think it's the Nordisk 1, Telemark 1. Nice and lightweight, low profile, really easy to set up. A nice tent for sure. Let's have a wander over and see what the rest of the boys are up to. And here's rest at lads. Geordie Bear's in the North tent Vern. Second time I've seen that tent, and it's a good tent. Oh, would you look at this? Geordie Bear knows. We've got an MSR there. And Adam is in the wild country Zephyros Compact 2. Oh, if you know, you know.
Oh, believe it or not, I do.
Well, we think we do.
We think we know, don't we? Unless we're wrong.
Ah, that wind's bitter up here, isn't it? Yeah. Right, let's have a look inside the Zephyros Compact 2. Nice little tent, that. Low profile, but plenty of room on the side. And just enough of a porch to cook in. So is tonight your first time in the Zephyros?
Kind of. It is properly. We had a bit of a Christmas get together at Camping Dan 85's house. And,
got messy, did it?
Yeah. And I slept in it in his garden.
I was thinking James Morrison won't let you go.
Geordie Bear was doing some serious. Mooster was on it.
Mooster was on fire, was it?
Yeah. Yeah. Mooster Outdoors are on serious fire. But yeah, this is the proper first time I've used it, so it's a bit windy as well. Give it a test.
And these boys are right on the very edge. Look at that. Beautiful that, with that light coming through the misty rain. Right, camera's going down for a bit. Me and lads are going to have a catch up and a bit chit chat and chin wag and what have you. So we'll see you guys soon. Right, me and the lads have been outside for a while now and the mist has come in, so there's not been a great lot to show you. It's cooled down a lot. It's very cold. All of our feet are freezing. So it's food time. Got myself in my tent, got the boots off. I daren't check the blisters because, yeah, it's pretty sore, to be fair. So I've boiled my jet boil and we've got Expedition Foods beef and potato. So it says 5 minutes, which is slightly less than normal. So I'm going to leave it a little bit more. You can hear the lads cracking outside. We're having a good camp. So yeah, I'm just going to leave this sit for a little bit and then I'm going to get some warm food in me. The food's almost ready. So what I'm just going to show you is my new heated gilet, which is from Core Edge. I'm not going to go into too much details other than to say it's working exceptionally well. Got it on red hot at the minute. You've got 3 settings, low, medium and high. You've got your front pockets, your back and your collar, and you can alter them separately, completely. So you can have one on high, one on low, one on medium, or any combination. And it's really been keeping me nice and warm. What I've decided to do is do a full review video of it rather than explain everything tonight, because I think it's going to be such an excellent piece of equipment for winter camping. And I'm going to be using it in my sleeping bag tonight to see if it keeps me warm. So check the morning to see if that's worked. But for now, we've got Expedition Foods beef and potato hot pot is ready to go. Now I've always classed Expedition Foods as a very close second to Real Termat, but I've never had the beef and potato. So let's give it a whirl. Very good. Probably could have done with a little bit longer. It's not fully hydrated, but it's not far off. It's nice and warm. Not quite as flavoursome as a Real Termat, but still very good. Very much needed as well. Like I say, we're having a cracking camp. You can hear the lads talking in the background. We're having a good laugh, but unfortunately with the mist coming in, I haven't really been able to show you as much as I wanted to. Haven't been able to get the drone up. Adam managed to get his up very briefly, but it had some wind warning, so I decided it best not to send mine up. I did have some nuts and some cola bottles earlier, just to get some easy calories in. But this is where it's all at. I've also got some chocolate marble cake for pudding as well, so with it being so cold, I'm definitely going to have that. Try and help my body heat itself up. It's also worth saying at this point, that the Core Edge heated G-Lay only cost me £46, and it does come with its own power bank and charger as well. I've had it at work, like I say, and I'm trialling it again tonight, and I'm nothing but impressed. So do keep your eyes out for the review video of that, because I do think it's going to become a really handy item for me. Like I say, when you're sat out at camp, it'll keep you nice and warm. You can use it to heat your sleeping bag in a tent. You can use it in your under blanket when you're hammocking. A really useful item for sure. A solid 8.5 out of 10 for the Expedition Foods beef and potato hot pot. So for now, I'm going to get myself away and finish this. I'm going to go and have another crack with the lads, and I'll bring you back before it's bedtime. It's just coming up to 7:20, and we're all back in our tents. We've been sat outside talking, and it's freezing. It's freezing cold. All of our toes and fingers are numb. So we're back in our tents, and the battery pack that come with my heated G-Lay has run out. So it's been running on full power for about 4.5 hours now, and it finally ran out. But it's kept me body warm outside. So I've got back in the tent, as I've said, and I've got my normal 20,000 milliamp battery plugged into it now. So I've taken it off my body and I've put it into the bottom of my sleeping bag to warm my feet up, and at the moment it's doing a great job. It really is. I can feel the benefits already. So it's time to get my head down, and unfortunately I'm away early in the morning, but I'll be getting up and having my breakfast and having a bit of a crack with yous before I head off. So stay tuned to see how the heated G-Lay works inside the OEX Leviathan down sleeping bag. I'm pretty sure it's going to do well. Enjoy what few fog-free photos I've got for you overnight, and we'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning everyone. 4:30 in the morning. Had a really good sleep. That was a cold night as well. Yeah, you can see on the tent there. That's how cold it's been. A very cold night. My heated G-Lay, I put my second power bank on, and I left on full power at the foot of my sleeping bag, and it kept me really warm. That's an absolute game changer, it really is. It did an absolute treat, and it was still going in the early hours. About 2 o'clock I woke up and it was still going, but it's run out of power now. But I'm really pleased with that. I did a great job. I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to continue using that. Like I say, keep an eye out for the review video of the heated G-Lay. That's going to be coming soon. A cracking item for sure. Like I say, I've got to be up and away early this morning. I've got a 3-hour drive back up to Cumbria, so I'm going to grab my breakfast really quickly, get everything toned down and get myself away home. I'll of course do a quick video to show everything packed up and that I'm going to leave no trace, and then I'll bring you back at the car to sign the video off properly. And that's me back at the car. Just over, a couple of minutes over an hour to get back down versus about an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes to get up. Car's frozen solid, as is the back of my rucksack and my down jacket. That's how cold it's been. Although the car is just showing freezing now, but time's ticking on a little bit. I'm very glad to get my trainers on, that's for sure. I don't know what's happened with these boots. Like I've said already in the video, I've never had a blister with these boots in the 17 years I've had them. And they're still in good nick as well. I've got decent socks on, I've got Bridgedale socks on. So yeah, we'll have to have a look at that, see what's going on there. But for now, I'm just thawing out the car, ready for the 3-hour drive back up to Cumbria. Thank you guys very much for clicking on the video. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we all did. So once again, until next time, stay safe, much love from a Cumbrian lad.